Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we had a little bit of a hiccup with the audio in my introduction to this video. So without further ado, let's talk about some Sonia Kashuk brushes. Let's do a first impression and then I will let you know my thoughts and opinions. Here is the brush set. I will actually read off to you guys what exactly is in this set. So first off, we have a large powder brush, a domed blusher brush, synthetic angled buffing brush. Then we have a synthetic angled contour brush, small powder brush, precision powder brush, a domed eye brush, another eyeshadow brush, a small crease brush, synthetic angled precision brush. So I'm super excited to delve into this beautiful collection, and they're all pink. It totally reminds me of summer. This is a contour brush. It is also a Sonia Kashuk brush. This one I bought directly from Target. It actually inspired me to go online and look for more of her brushes. With this brand in particular, it is sold at Target. You can actually buy her collections or you can buy the brushes individually. I actually bought my brush set on eBay. It was an auction and I got them for $20, and this is actually a $50 set. Let's delve into this video. Today we're going to be applying my makeup with a damp beauty blender. That's just for the foundation part, and then we will use the rest of the brushes. Now guys, I'm also going to be featuring something a little bit different in my video. From now on, anything that is cruelty free, when I display it, it'll actually have a cruelty free logo in the bottom corner of the screen. So we are going to put on my face. We're starting with the Dewy Illuminating Primer from the Photo Focus line. So this is the Photo Focus foundation. It is in Rose Ivory. Then we're going in with the Photo Focus Concealer. This is in 835 Fair Neutral. Okay, now that we have my foundation and my concealer on, we're actually going to start in with my powder products. So we're going to dip into this gorgeous little thing right here. So let's get it open. So we're going to go in with the synthetic angled buffing brush. We're going to be using this brush to do a setting powder. This is a Maybelline Finishing Veil. And we're going to be taking the buffing brush and we're going to dip this in and we're going to bake my under eyes. Now as for the brush, I really like the density of the brush itself. It's not harsh in any way, and it's actually picking up the product in the pan really well. It seems to like pack on the product. The next on my list we have a synthetic angled contour brush. The dip of the brush is kind of interesting, I'm not gonna lie. We're going to use this to apply my bronzer, and we are using a Too Faced Sun Bunny bronzer. I do like how it's getting into the contour of my cheek here, but I don't feel like it's a brush that I can actually like blend with. So to kind of blend this out and warm up my face just a little bit more, that brush is really nice, don't get me wrong, but I think it's kind of limiting in a way because I don't feel like it would work like with actually warming up the rest of my face. So we're going to be using the Duo Contouring Brush. This is also Sonia Kashuk. This one is $12. And again, we're going to take the Sun Bunny bronzer and we're just going to warm up my face, and then we're going to blend out that contour. So it feels a little bit more evened out now. I do feel like that contouring brush really got like a whole bunch of product on my cheeks here. So that was the Duo Contour Brush from Sonia Kashuk, and like I said, I do like this brush. This is actually my go-to bronzing brush right now. The next on my list is the Synthetic Domed Blusher Brush. It is very fluffy, it's pretty. It actually doesn't really look domed though, it's like kind of angled. Super interesting. So we're going to take a new blush that I have not featured on my channel before. I actually never opened it. Oh, how cute. It comes with a little brush. I hate the brushes that they put into the blush palettes. Like, ugh. So this is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Blush. This is number 325B Pearlescent Pink, and I picked this one because it's like summer. So we're going to be taking the domed blush brush. So this one does feel a lot more synthetic. Like the other ones didn't really feel so synthetic. It feels kind of like plasticky. Don't know if I like the way that this blush brush is applying things. Also have the large powder brush. I'm gonna try and even out some of that. And again, this also feels like super synthetic, super plastic. I mean, it applied the product okay, but I do have different brushes that actually apply a lot better than those two. So we have the small powder brush and we have the precision powder brush. I'm actually going to be using the precision powder brush to apply my highlights. This one actually looks a lot like another one that I use for highlight already. So we're going to be going in with an e.l.f. Shimmer Highlight Powder. This one is in Pearl Glow. This one has actually been said to be very comparable to the Becca highlights, so that's why I bought it. Again, this one kind of feels like plasticky, although that highlight is freaking gorgeous. Like, this is pretty big for like a highlighting brush that I use. It's not something that I normally use. Just to give you guys kind of a feel for this one, it doesn't have as much of a plasticky feel to it. It actually is softer, much like the first brush I used, the synthetic angled buffing brush. Like, it does have a similar feel to that. This one is pretty nice. The other one also was decently, like, it was a decent brush as well. Part of me really wishes that she had put the names like somewhere on this brush set, like on the other brush that I have, the Duo contour brush, that the name is like right there on there. So we're going to be going in with my eyes. We're going to use the Camouflage Matte Concealer from Essence, but we're actually just going to use this to prime my eyelids. We're going to be using the Destination Desert palette from Deco Scarlet. Now that I have you guys zoomed in closer, we're going to be using the Sonia Kashuk brushes and we're going to be using the Destination Desert palette. We're going to be first using the small crease brush. We're going to be using Canyon, which is the brown color. So using this brush, it is picking up the product really, really well. It actually works a lot like a lot of my other brushes that I use. One thing that I do notice about this is that even though it says it's a crease brush, it feels more like a blending brush because it's a little bit fatter than a crease brush. And it does apply the product really, really nice, which I am very, very pleased with. We're going to be going in with the domed eye brush. We're going to use this to just apply product all over the lid of my eye. We're going to be using Wildflower. This is a really pretty pink color that I have fallen in love with in this palette. So we're just working this all over the lid. Again, this brush is actually pretty decent quality. It's a lot like the crease brush where the bristles are soft. It's compact. I do like the way that it's applying the eyeshadow. I do think maybe I should use it in a different context next time. Overall though, I think that the way that it applied the eyeshadow is pretty good. I don't see any like patchiness going on, which means that the eyeshadow is also adhering well. Then we do have just a regular eyeshadow brush. We're going to use this one to take Nomad here, and we're going to put this on the outer corner and bring it in like a crease and then like a V. I do feel like this is kind of too broad for me to be using as like, I mean, it just says it's a standard brush. I don't know. It will make like a great smoky eye. I feel like this particular brush set is just a little bit limiting on what you can use, especially for the eyes. I feel like it did get like a whole bunch of product like where I didn't want it to because this brush is just so wide. So since the crease brush in this brush palette is really big, we are actually going to be taking a Real Techniques crease brush. This one is actually a lot thinner. It's going to actually get into my crease a little bit more. I feel like the other one was just way too puffy to be able to get into my crease. I would probably use that one as an all over eyeshadow. Not really, I mean, it was really good for the transition color, but I don't think it was really great for a crease brush. Get some of that product that's still on my eye to go into the crease. Again, I didn't even load this brush. And then seeing as this doesn't even come with any type of like flat brush in the set, we do have one brush left, but I don't feel like I could ever use it. It is the Synthetic Angled Precision brush. That brush wouldn't even work with like eyebrows because it's not a great eyebrow brush. So we are going to be taking the setting spray. This is the Deco Scarlet brush that came with this palette. We're using like the fluffier side, and we are going to be dipping into Sahara, which is this one right here. We're going to be lightening up the inner corner, just going up to the crease. And the reason why I wet down the brush was so that it would pick up just a little bit more of this product and kind of like pack it on. We're going to be using my swatching pan. This is basically so that I can switch shades but still use the same brush. So we're just going to use the pan here to clean off some of the excess powder. We're going to use Sands, which is a matte skin tone color, and we're going to kind of get rid of that line that's right there below my eyebrows. So I've decided I found maybe a use for the precision angled brush. Because it's so flat, we're going to take the highlighting powder. We're going to use this on the inner corner, and we're also going to do it on the brow bone. So because it's angled, I do find that it's actually a lot easier to get right up to my eyebrow bone. So this is actually a different use than I was thinking that I could use it for. And it does get really, really well in the inner corner. So I do like using this as a highlights, like a highlights brush for my eye. And already it's like shedding. This is the crease brush. We're just going to blend a little bit. And then last for the eyes, I'm going to be taking a NYX Gold eyeliner. So we're going to set my face again real quick and the Touch Behold setting spray from Unique. So I'm going to do my brows real quick. And then last but not least are the eyelashes. And voila! Here we have the finished look. So let's zoom out so that we can talk about these brushes. Okay guys, these brushes. Overall, I think that this brush set is a great brush set for the value that I bought it at. $20 on eBay. As for the original retail value, that brush set is actually worth $50. That's a little bit crazy to think about considering some of the brushes in this set are very limiting. So this brush set, I do really like the design. It's bright, it's colorful, it's pink. It totally reminds me of summer because it is a Sonia Kashuk brush, is the Duo Contour brush. This one was separately bought for $12. I bought this one at Target and I love this brush. I guess there's really nothing bad that I can say about it. It does not shed at all. This is a great quality brush, especially for what I paid for. I paid $12 and I would love to see more from this specific collection with the gold handle. So as for this limited edition Color Shock brush set, 10 brushes in all, the original, and again, some of them are shedding. So again, the original retail value of this was $50 and I paid $20 for it. I would have never paid $50 for this brush set. Sorry guys, like I know Sonia Kashuk brushes are said to be really, really great, but this one right here, I don't agree with the price at all. I think that for $50 you were getting ripped off because the brushes are already shedding and they've only been used once. And like I said, some of the actual eyeshadow brushes are very limiting in what you can use them for because they're so big, so fluffy, you can't get a precise look. Like this is something that was just like all over my eyes. I was finally able to kind of like clean it up, make it look pretty when I use like different brushes in my collection. I really don't feel like I should have to do that if I'm going to spend a retail price of $50 on a brush set. So guys, I hope you liked this video. Give it a good thumbs up if you do, and if you want to see more reviews on brushes on affordable, to me $19 is an affordable cost. However, you know, the original retail value, not so much. But if you guys want to see more reviews on actual affordable brushes, then leave a comment below and like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified when I actually post again. Bye!